Bon dia a tothom. Si podeu anar seient, si us plau, sobretot els companys fotògrafs, per deixar que les càmeres de televisió puguin agafar la imatge també. Gràcies. Benvinguts a la roda de premsa del president Joan Laporta i del tècnic del Futbol Club Barcelona, Sergi Barjuan. Abans de començar, el president dirà unes paraules.
Bon dia a tots.
Good morning, everyone.
Som aquí perquè
We are here because, as a Barca president, I want to explain you
Sergi Barjuan
that Sergi Barjuan will be our manager
al Barça B
of the first team in the following weeks. He has left Barca B for these weeks, and now he will manage the first squad, and we want to thank him because he's a man of a club. He has the experience to make this transition, and he deserves all our confidence. We have to say that to assume this charge, we know the difficulties, and as you know, after sacking after the game against Rayo Vallecano, Ronald Koeman, I want, of course, to thank Ronald for all his job, because he assumed this charge in a really tough moment for the club. He has been a club person. He is a legend. He always will be in our memories. And Ronald won a Spanish Cup as a manager of FC Barcelona, and he has not continued because the results have decided, in our opinion, shared with our sporting directors, that it was a limit situation and that we had to take some decisions to achieve our goals this season, try to win for everything. Now we understand that it's not an easy situation, but that we're still alive in the league, in the Champions League. Of course, the cup that will be played later on. Sergi now assumes the charge of head coach for the following weeks. And starting this weekend, he will be in the bench until we will close who will be our new manager. Now we cannot explain anything about our options. So now we can start the press conference. Although Sergi wants to comment something. No, so we can start the press conference.
Amb el torn de Barça TV, Marc Brau, sisplau.
Què tal, president? Aquí, Marc Brau de Barça TV, bona tarda. Un cop presa aquesta decisió, a partir d'ara, quines són les línies mestres del futur? Quins són els timings que se seguiran? I quin és l'objectiu a l'hora de contractar un nou entrenador de cara al futur d'aquesta entitat? Gràcies.
Bé, nosaltres estem centrats en el...
Well, we are focused on the midterm in this moment.
El Sergi, que assumeix la
Sergi assumes the responsibility in the following weeks.
la casa, és un home que...
He is a person that knows well the club. He has been part of some of the best teams in our history, the Dream Team, managed by Johan Cruyff, and he understands our philosophy.
Ja no només a la junta directiva que presideixo i a la secretaria tècnica i a la direcció de futbol.
Not just
crec que la majoria d'aficionats
as convinced our board members, also I think most of our fans.
Avui és un dia
and today
estem esperançats,
we are excited to start this
continuï
new era to continue the season.
Un canvi important,
An important change,
però si s'ha fet aquest canvi, ja et dic per què he estat motivat, perquè
but of course it has been motivated for the negative results that Koeman achieved.
la filosofia
Our philosophy is really clear:
que ens ha donat
to play good football
la història.
that in our history has gave us
I a més, doncs, entenem que
lots of titles, and we understand that Sergi knows well this squad and that will be able to work,
tingui tots els èxits.
and we hope in the best, of course.
Des de la direcció de futbol s'està treballant amb les altres opcions, que hi ha.
We are working now on signing a new manager.
Aleshores, doncs, quan es produeixi,
We don't know yet when we are going to announce it,
que no són bones conselleres,
because we don't want to go fast. We want to take calmly this decision. We believe in Sergi Barjuan, and
la direcció tècnica del primer equip.
he will manage, of course, well the first team.
Què tal, president? Aquí, a la seva esquerra. Ramon Salmurri de Catalunya Ràdio en directe. Sergi Barjuan ha estat anunciat de manera interina i ara deia, estem en negociacions.
Sergi will be the interim manager. You're negotiating with others, is what we understand. We all know that the name of Xavi is on the hot list. Can you tell us how the negotiations are going for the moment?
Ja t'ho he dit, Salmurri, que
I already told you, and
perquè
I cannot explain you anything about our options because it won't be professional, and I don't want
està fent des de la direcció.
to affect our plans.
Permetem que
I'm sorry, but I cannot tell you anything.
Hola, president, aquí, Marta Ramon, en directe a RAC1. Com estan sent les negociacions per rescindir-li el contracte?
How are the negotiations going with regards to Koeman's contract?
Que també s'ha de resoldre a nivell econòmic, entenem.
Economically speaking, that is.
Que li pertoquen uns 12 milions d'euros.
Many are talking about the 12 million that he has to get paid.
Serà difícil arribar a...
Will it be difficult to reach an agreement? How are things
també en Koeman?
at this moment? Also, your relationship with him.
Koeman està bé.
Our relationship with Ronald Koeman is great, at least from our part.
Respecte,
We told him the decision with big respect,
esforç a l'hora de donar un marge de
and I think that he knows that
i ahir doncs, em va dir que
we gave him some confidence, but now the situation
els resultats i
was a really negative one, and that's football's law.
el tema de les negociacions
And about the negotiations for
va bé.
ending his contract are in a good way, because
Estarem
we are gonna respect the rights of both parts, and we're gonna try to do the best for Barça and for himself.
Hola, aquí. Sort, Sergi, soc el Santi Vall, estem en directe al Que t'hi jugues. La pregunta és pel president, se la hago en castellano. Ya sé que ha dicho que no quiere dar pistas sobre...
I know that you said you don't want to give any clues with regards to the new coach, but one of the names that continues to keep coming out is Xavi.
¿Qué opina usted de Xavi?
A lot has been said,
Sobre si le falta algo de rodaje.
but what is your opinion with regards to Xavi,
¿Qué opina de Xavi?
the manager?
¿Qué opina de Xavi como entrenador?
My opinion about Xavi as a manager,
Que está en un proceso
well, he's
muy interesante.
in a process,
Tengo muy buena
learning, evolving. I have really good references from close people
más que yo en esta faceta,
and that know him better than me in
muy a menudo.
that way. I talk with him usually 2 months ago,
De confianza
when we gave Ronald Koeman this confidence,
que es opinable.
because I understand that we had to give him that month,
Intentar
that he needed some time to recover injured players.
una relación de amistad y
I have a great relationship with Xavi. I've been talking with him in the last month. I know his opinion about the squad that we have,
se tendría que
what he thinks that has to do, and we talk as two friends, and in this case,
mi opinión es
my opinion is a really good one.
Germán.
Hola, bona tarda. Germán García, Ràdio Nacional. Benvingut, Sergi.
Welcome, Sergi.
La pregunta,
My question is also for the president.
que hay un partido importantísimo el próximo martes.
Everybody knows that on Tuesday in Kiev, a very important match has to be played in order to advance to the latter stages of the Champions League.
Sergi Barjuan, si
Now,
ese martes se va a sentar en el banquillo.
with Sergi here, will he be sitting on the dugout on Tuesday?
El partido importante, evidentemente.
Of course, we have a really important game, but the first one, it will be Alaves on Saturday, 9 p.m.
De domingo a sábado.
because they changed the dates, and for us it's really important.
Insisto, pienso que.
I think that we still have options in the league, and we have to continue daring the fight. There are many surprises, and we dropped some points, and now, of course, we want to be back at a good position. Our direct rivals also have dropped points. There are some rivals that also are having a great championship, and the league is still open, and we're going to fight to win the league title. And in the Champions League, of course, we want to qualify for the round of 16. In Kiev, we have a crucial game, and Sergi Barjuan will be the one sitting in the bench. We believe in him, and we are calm because he will do it really well.
Buenas tardes a ambos. Víctor Navarro de la cadena COPE. Felicidades, Sergi. Gracias por comparecer ante los
Sergi, and thank you, President, for showing up here in the press conference. I wanted to ask you, based on what you just said, whether the new manager will come with the next international break and if he has everything to make a good team.
Comprenderás que llegue para el parón, llegue un poco antes o llegue después.
If he arrives in the international break a bit before, a bit later, the team,
Se han de hacer refuerzos,
if we have to sign, it will be, of course, in the winter transfer market.
y seguimos en una situación
We are in a
limitada en este sentido.
difficult situation.
Un poco de margen salarial.
Economically, as you know,
Ya visteis, aprobamos unas cuentas.
we approved the accounts in the assembly, and we are trying to change the situation. But what it's true
Curioso, es el fútbol, ¿no? Las
that
deportivas acaban imponiéndose.
in football, the sporting decisions normally are more important than the economic situation.
La destitución de Koeman,
Sacking Ronald Koeman in that example,
y el tema de las reforzar al equipo.
or trying to make some signings in winter. Sergi knows really well Barça B because he's the manager of Barça B.
Sabe lo que tiene en el
He knows what he has in the first squad,
de ayer en lo que tenemos en el primer equipo y él tomará la
and he will take the decisions that he thinks that he has to take, and we are going to support him, of course, and once the new manager will arrive, we will talk it with him, but the circumstances are the ones that we have, and we understand that this team has to be in a better situation,
con detenimiento,
and if we analyze it,
que debería ser más competitivo de lo que ha sido.
we think that we have to be a bit more
Seguro que tanto
competitive,
como entrenador
and I am also sure that players, managers are trying to
esfuerzos para sacar el máximo rendimiento de este equipo.
be in a better situation.
Alejandro.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Alejandro Segura en directo para Radio Marca y el Reparting Joc. Primero de todo, felicitar a Sergi.
First of all, congratulations to you, Sergi.
Pues, en el anterior parón de selecciones ya se habló
In the last international break, a lot was said about Koeman's continuity.
¿Cree usted que llega tarde esta decisión?
Do you think this decision has come a little bit too late?
Es opinable, pero posiblemente sí.
Probably yes.
Había unas circunstancias que nos llevaron o me llevaron también a mí a tomar.
Some circumstances that make me take this decision. Now, of course, having an eye back, it's easy to analyze, but
que decidir antes en ese momento.
probably we had to take an early decision, but we thought that Koeman deserved confidence to recover some important injured players,
En fin, de motivar tanto.
and it was also a way to motivate the manager and the squad. I've also looked for some positives.
Formularla porque
and I think it's a good question
Tenía que haberlo decidido antes.
because probably I had to make an early decision. I assume the responsibilities of this decision, of course.
¿Qué te digo es esto, no? De que si lo analizo fríamente, pues bueno, todavía.
And if I analyze it, well, we won at home against Dinamo Kiev, we won Valencia, but then we have achieved some negative results, and I understood that we entered in a really bad dynamic, and we want to fight for everything, and with this decision now we are excited to motivate this squad to change our situation.
No, aquí, a darrere, just darrere. Sí.
Hola, Sergi, et vull fer una pregunta a tu, benvingut i molta sort també en aquesta etapa a la banqueta del Barça.
Well, Sergi, I want to make you a question. Welcome to the club. Your first objective, and if you can explain us what do you set in our squad?
First of all, I would like to thank the president for his confidence. I also would like to thank Ronald Koeman, having worked side by side with him for these past months. Well, we all know that football, the results in football dictate our future. Obviously, I have very little margin of work. It's a difficult situation. Right now, we're going to work to try to implement all the criteria that'll bring us success tomorrow. It's, of course, easier to work with these type of players of a lot of talent. I think what we did today, I was happy with. I think the players understood the concept. I saw them very engaged. I think right now, all of us, the players included, we need to be together, united. And play this game as intense as possible. That's really what's most important. In the end, the way we play, it's not going to vary very much. The players are the same, but we adjusted a few tactical aspects.
Hola, Jennifer Méndez Faragol. Felicidades, Sergi. Mi pregunta es para el presidente. Hace unos meses dijo que veía que aún le quedaba un poco de recorrido. Después de las referencias,
you felt that Xavi wasn't entirely ready yet. Is that still your opinion today?
Ya he contestado un poco, si me lo permites, a la pregunta, ¿no?
I've answered more or less this question, and I always have said that one day Xavi Hernández will manage this club, and I told him because he loves football, because he's a huge Barca fan. It's one of his goals in his life.
Me fío de las personas que tengo alrededor, que
I like to
de Xavi,
hear
los entrenadores,
to my close people, also Xavi's one, to know if he's the one able to manage this squad. I have a great relationship with him, and he's
ya veremos cómo.
A possibility, but we'll see how everything continues evolving.
Hola, bon dia. Enhorabona, Sergi. La meva pregunta és pel president. Anaïs Martí de La Vanguardia parlava ara de Ronald Koeman, del seu entrenador, de que la situació és sostenible.
And how the situation was unsustainable. How do you think this has affected the players, and do you also think that the players are able to give a lot more than what they've given, and whether the manager's role is fundamental in this, or do you think perhaps you need to find other solutions with regards to the squad?
El rol aquest correspon més a la direcció de futbol i al tècnic.
That's a question more for our sporting area than for me. And I'm not gonna
tots portem un aficionat a dins.
Tell you how we have to manage this squad.
Jo penso que és
I think that we have a good squad, a good team.
sempre es pot millorar,
One always can improve.
però jo estic segur doncs el Ronald ho ha intentat. El
Ronald has tried it.
certa millora.
We saw some positives. He has been unlucky with lots of injured players. And a full recovered squad, I think,
pot aconseguir els objectius
that can achieve the objectives that we want.
i més en una situació
And even more in a situation in the league that, as we are seeing, everything is unpredictable.
La meva pregunta és més per Sergi, perdona que t'ho digui.
And that's, I think, a question for Sergi, because he's the one who knows about football.
No, crec que la plantilla,
I think that the squad,
que jo el que vull primer de fer amb ella és que retorni l'alegria.
what we tried to do and what I saw was to really return the joy and happiness of the players, to play with happiness and a smile on their face.
Perquè ells ja han demostrat el que són com a jugadors.
They've already demonstrated
Saben competir,
what they are as players. They know how to compete. They are used to the pressure.
tots, és que demà tenim que anar a intentar
And tomorrow they know
els recursos que tinguem.
they need to try with all the resources that we have is to win
El que no podem fer és deixar
the game. The league is still up for grabs. And of course we need to pick up the 3 points, especially playing at home.
si anem recuperant tots els efectius i
If we manage to
recuperant la idea de futbol
return
vertical,
the squad to its essence and
ens ajudarà molt més a
have these players play the football that they know how to play and have the rhythm that they had before, then we're on a good track.
Buen día. Joan, acá Juan Irigoyen del Diario El País. Recién le comentabas a Santiago Valle que cuando hablaste con Xavi te dijo lo que opinaba,
You said that
qué es lo que creía que había que hacer.
when you spoke to Xavi, he had his opinions about the team, and
¿Qué tiene que hacer?
can you please reveal to us what his opinions are?
Privadas entre amigos.
These are private conversations between friends, and of course I cannot explain you what we talked.
Pediría a Sergi, y por eso
I want to
hemos decidido que sea él quien asuma la dirección técnica,
ask Sergi, and that's why we gave him now this responsibility to be like he is.
miedo a probar otras
Don't be scared, try to find solutions, because the ones that we have tried
que dice,
until now haven't worked well, and we need
más alegría.
this positive point
Ya lo verás.
to recover their motivation,
Y los que han vivido el Barça,
and the ones who have excited Barca,
hablando de Xavi,
you were talking about Xavi,
lo han vivido ya
they
con algunos jugadores
experienced with some of these players that are nowadays in the squad,
situaciones
can see some situations that of course we have to face.
Jordi Blanco.
Sí, hola, bon dia. Felicitats, Sergi, pel nomenament.
Congrats, Sergi. But my question is for the president.
Sap que té molt poc plaç, 2, 3 partits, un no se sap encara.
We know that there's very few matches, 2 or 3 matches.
Davant de l'equip. Serà un entrenador intervencionista que pot canviar moltes coses, que es poden veure nous jugadors, o intentarà canviar almenys...
Are you going to be a manager that will take drastic measures and perhaps changes to try to bring back the tranquility to this team?
En principi crec que si em coneixeu d'algú és la meva ambició de ser guanyador. Llavors, si soc guanyador...
Well, my objective is to win, to have this team winning their games.
Tots revertir una mica la situació.
We're going to, of course, try to reverse the situation.
Doncs em romandran que jo pugui intervindre més.
And I'm going to try to add my grain of salt to, of course, change the dynamics of this team and the situation.
Un bé a l'equip en aquell moment, intervendré, i si veig que en un moment...
If we see that things are going well,
està en el mateix àmbit que he començat el partit, o l'entrenament, o...
then good, but if we
tot és una mica de...
need to take different decisions, then we'll do that.
situació.
It'll depend on each and every single situation.
Hola, buen día. Josep Soldado para La Sexta y Antena 3. Mucha suerte, Sergi, en este nuevo cargo. Mi pregunta sería para el presidente, señor Laporta. Ha dicho que, o ha admitido que ha tardado en tomar la decisión.
You admitted that you perhaps took too long to make this decision to relieve Koeman from his job.
Solo el día ya que llegó a la presidencia.
My question is, why have you taken so long to have a fluid communication line with Xavi?
Well, I talked with Xavi during the elections, and nowadays we have been always talking, but what I told him is that I wanted Ronald to end his contract because he is a legend here in the club, and because I understand that we had to thank him the responsibility to assume the role of the leader of this squad. And of course we are in difficult economic moments in the club, but I told Ronald, thank you very much, good luck in your professional career. Barca opens will always be open for him, and I explained this to Xavi and to other people. I had to take an early decision, probably. I doubted, and that's, you know about all this situation. But I think it was fair to let Ronald Koeman a bit more of confidence, but now we are in a point that we needed a change. But I think Koeman believed to have this extra confidence.
¿Qué tal? Buenos días. Presidente Daniel Chanona para TUDN. Ha comentado usted que la decisión la tomó porque la situación...
You said that you made the decision because the situation was unsustainable with regards to Koeman.
Un proceso interesante, pero que el objetivo del club es ganar títulos.
And that the objective of the club is to win titles. How do you
de ese perfil con las exigencias del club tendrá más margen?
Therefore look for a coach that fills in that profile to win titles?
Well, the new manager will be supported by all board members and by the president. He will have our confidence in all the effects. We tried to do it in a tough situation with Koeman. Now Sergi has all our support. And he knows it. He's brave. He wants to stay at the charts all the weeks possible, and we have to see how everything continues. If we find a manager, a new manager, he will have all our support. But we, of course, are going to demand him a lot because we want to win all the competitions that we are involved. And there are no transition years at a club like FC Barcelona because football is not science. And of course everything is possible in this sport. Sergi has all our support. We of course also demand him this point in the objectives, and he is a winner, and we will see when we have a new manager.
Hola, Sergi, enhorabuena pel càrrec. Jordi Gené, Televisió Espanyola. La pregunta podria ser un poco para los dos, pero sobre todo para el presidente.
My question could be for both, but let's start with the president. How much patience do you have with a manager when the results don't come? It cannot be easy to implement that classic Barca style of play.
Es que el estilo del Barça
Barca's style
es genuino y es
genuine.
Es innegociable.
We're not gonna negotiate our DNA. I don't think we have lost this style. What I believe is that we have moved to something different slightly, but Sergi will answer better this question because football evolves. Now there are versatile managers. In Barca, of course, we like to keep the ball, create chances. And Johan Cruyff taught us that he preferred to win 5-0 than 1-0. We want to play good football. We want to press up front, to recover quickly the ball, attack again, find spaces, create chances, and score goals and win games. And of course, that's what everything wants. But in Barca, we have done it, and we want to do it again. A Barca manager always is more demand than any other player. We have to play good football and then achieve good results.
Good luck, Sergi. My questions for the president. In the summer, we all know what happened in those 15 days where you asked Ronald for a 15-day margin to find a new manager. Did you in that moment think or talk to Xavi? And if perhaps the relationship was a bit colder then due to the presidential elections? Is it maybe that's why you didn't make the decision then?
Our relationship always has been a good one. I was not seeing Xavi as a general manager of the club. He always has been excited to be manager. We have been talking with Xavi because we have a really good relationship. And once I was president again, I've analyzed it not just with Xavi Hernandez, other people that I believe in the sporting area, external persons, and in the end my conclusion was that Koeman deserved an extra period of confidence because not winning last year's league was an accident, and I've been answering lots of times, and you are also making this same question. There were different circumstances before, and now the situation was another one, in the personal aspect, in the sporting aspect. We thought that the best decision was to continue with Ronald Koeman as a manager. I assumed the responsibility. The decision was taken, and now we are trying to find a change that we would have done probably a little bit before.
Hola, Ferran Martínez de Mundo Deportivo. Benvingut I molta sort, Sergi.
Welcome and good luck tomorrow, Sergi.
O la seva opinió sobre Xavi.
President, with your opinion now of Xavi, do you seem prepared to be the coach for Barca?
I've never changed my speech about Xavi Hernandez. I've always said that one day he will be Barca's head coach. I also told that I will be happy to be the president once he will arrive as a manager, but I don't know when. We have great references about Xavi. I haven't been following Al-Sad. I've been commenting with Xavi some Barca games. We saw Barca games together, but all our reports that we have about Xavi are positives, taking into account, of course, that he has started his career as a manager a few years ago.
del nou entrenador, per molt que parlem de Xavi,
We can talk a lot about Xavi, but I cannot give you more details. Xavi is in all the papers, but we also have other options.
Àlex.
Sí, Sergi, que tingui sort en aquests pròxims partits. Àlex Franquet pel diari El Correo. Jo volia preguntar-te, Sergi...
I want to ask you, Sergi, how are you going to prepare a game in just 2 days? Do you know something about Alavés?
That's a good question.
És difícil.
It's difficult.
No han passat ni 24 hores quasi, però sí és cert...
Not even 24 hours have passed.
És una situació d'estrès.
It's a stressful situation. You need to try to dominate it as quickly as possible.
Veure vídeos, que hem vist vídeos.
Look at videos.
El meu segon que ha pujat amb mi del Barça B, que
So my
ens treballem i sabem
assistant coach has helped me a lot.
que busquem en cada partit.
And we try to look for how we can hurt our opponent in every game.
Porta 2 partits guanyats seguits, han canviat de sistema i que tenen jugadors
We understand their system.
pilota parada perillosos i després
They have interesting players.
es pot portar molts problemes amb velocitat, no? Però
Or maybe not the fastest team. We're going to try to keep the ball.
el que hem treballat avui, intentar buscar les habilitats màximes.
What we trained today, we try to hurt our opponents in many ways.
Tan positiva, intentar amb la nostra paciència, amb la nostra verticalitat.
So hopefully our patience and verticality can help us to win the game.
Hola, bona tarda. Francesc Latorre, en directe al canal Esport 3. Sergi, enhorabona. La meva pregunta és per tu. Et volia demanar...
Sergi,
quin ambient...
I want to ask you the feeling of the dressing room and if tomorrow's game in Kiev are kind of proudness games that more than tactical difficulty games.
Hi ha hagut moments
I think quite well.
d'entrenar seriament
Of course, we had moments where we trained more seriously, and we had other exercises where we gave them more freedom.
quan l'exigent que els demanem nosaltres.
Of course, we have to be demanding, and in the game we'll try to dominate the ball.
I els 4 retorns que volem fer, anirem mica a mica. És difícil de...
We have to take things step by step.
Tan poc temps de
A lot of things have happened in a very short time frame.
Estan aquí per un estil de joc. I això
This team is built for a certain style of play, and that's evident.
Tenim que ser picar molta pedra.
We have to continue to hack away.
Hem persistit molt amb el Barça B i que encara estem...
The same we do with the Barça B team.
Tindre més presència i ser protagonistes amb la pilota.
And have more presence and dominate the ball more.
Doncs buscar les solucions
So we're going to also try to look for defensive solutions.
Si no entra la piloteta,
And in the end, make sure that the ball goes into the back of the net. You can do whatever you want, but if the ball doesn't go in, then you have a problem. That's the most important.
aguantar aquest últim
So
15 dies que queden fins a la parada, no?
we are prepared for these next 15 days until the next international break.
Si ens podia explicar una miqueta com va ser el procediment de l'elecció de Sergi Barjuan per al
I wanted to know
i d'Albert Capellas
how was your decision-making process to nominate
de Ronald Koeman.
Sergi, and also what was Jordi Cruijff's reaction
de la secretaria
to
tècnica.
the firing of Koeman?
Era una persona de la secretaria tècnica, estava...
Jordi is part of the sporting area. Of course, he had a great relationship with Koeman, and
Finalment la secretaria tècnica
in the end,
capdavant
Mateu Alemany
forma la junta directiva de la situació en la que
explained to the board members the situation. We also were a bit worried. We thought that
dir-li al Ronald que
the situation was a really bad one, and we decided to sack him.
dir-li al Ronald, pensàvem, home, i el recanvi,
Well, before sacking Koeman, we were thinking about who was going to be in charge of the team in these first weeks.
desfer l'estructura que tenim,
And we didn't want to
una persona també que
change all the structure of the club. And Albert Capella, we have great references about himself. He was
doncs, aquest impàs
the
fer-ho. Però
second
vam pensar que
in charge behind Alex Sanko.
moments, per seu recorregut i per doncs,
And for their careers, we thought that Sergi had a better profile to be in the first team and Albert to be in charge of Barça B. Albert is one of the managers that we have at La Masia in our academy with, of course, a great career, and we thought that the good decision was to have this one, the one that we are announcing today. It has been taken, of course, and we think that this is the best one. This was more or less the process. Jordi, he has a great relationship with Koeman, and he never was an option to be in charge of the team.
Adrià.
Hola, bones. Adrià Soldavila, de Gual. M'agradaria saber quina és la quitança que s'ha de pagar per la destitució de Ronald Koeman i si això afecta en petita, mitjana o major mesura a les incorporacions que volíem fer al mercat d'hivern. Gràcies.
How does the firing of Koeman affect possible incorporations?
Perquè tot el que és, doncs,
Everything affects.
uns diners que no estava...
We will have to pay something that wasn't expected. And it affects.
Era una situació que els teus companys ho han dit, potser s'havia pogut prendre abans.
Probably we had to take this decision before.
I el director general
and our general director
començar a fer la feina per tenir aquest tema
started preparing the numbers to solve this unpredictable situation. And about the amount, this is something confidential, and I think that I don't have to give more details here. But of course it's important because our economic situation, you know, that is tough.
darrers temps les juntes directives precedents.
And the previous presidents probably haven't been taking care about this aspect, but we will solve also this solution for both parts.
Hola, Albert Nadal del Diari Ara. Benvingut, Sergi, al primer equip del Barça. La meva pregunta és pel president Laporta, tot i que també s'hi pot sumar el Sergi, si vol. No sé si ara amb aquest canvi a la banqueta espera que jugui
Now with this change
Riqui Puig
of manager, do you hope that Riqui Puig will get more minutes with the first team?
El que faci l'entrenador estarà ben fet. Per tant,
I will support the manager.
jo, entrenador, tot això.
And that's a question for the manager.
No hi entro.
Al final, tots els que avui...
In the end, all the players that are now available have the possibility to play. I can't just base my decision on one training session. I have to see what the best option is for tomorrow's game, and that's it. If in the future, like I said before, we can intervene from one way or another, well, we'll see. But right now, after 24 hours, I can't say. We're going to have a game every 72 hours, so places are limited, but all the players have options to play. Of course, all the players with a new manager, what they want to do is show themselves off, so we'll see who gets to play.
Sergi, I want to ask you about Dembélé. Can be in the squad list tomorrow after his injury, and Ansu Fati.
Dembélé was available like the other players, so he will be called up. Ansu, you saw it, he wasn't in today's training session, so if he wasn't training today, it will be impossible for tomorrow's game. These are easy questions to answer because that's the situation that there is. If you train, you have good possibilities to play, but if you're not training, you don't play.
María Regás para el programa El 10 del Barça. Mi pregunta va para Sergi, aunque también quiero conocer la opinión del presidente.
Y es sobre los entrenamientos.
Sergi, I want to ask you about training sessions. Conrad de la Fuente, former player, said that there is a big difference between the training sessions at Barça and in other clubs. Carlos Pérez Malcolm also talked about this aspect. Also, Kun Agüero explained that in Manchester City they arrived an hour and a half before the training session, and here there were no lights in the facilities. I want to know your opinions about these aspects.
I don't know what they did before. I only know what I want, what I proposed, and what I like. So today, we did different things than what they had been doing, and with a lot of intensity. But like I said, it's just been 24 hours. This intensity, you don't just get that back in 24 hours in one training. In my time here, I'll try to get the maximum out of these players. But this is a long-term question. Today, I asked them for intensity and certain things that I like to see in players and in training sessions, and I'm demanding in my training sessions.
Deixa'm contestar. Pedimos intensidad, disciplina.
We, of course, want intensity, passion, effort,
La responsabilidad y también alegría.
responsibility,
Esto es lo que
happiness.
exigimos que sean unos profesionales y
We want to have professional players.
la profesionalidad que exigimos puedan pasárselo bien jugando al fútbol.
And of course, if they are professionals, so we also like if they enjoy playing football. You are always talking about Kun Agüero. That's not exactly how it has gone.
Aquí empieza más tarde.
In Manchester, the day starts early because they have short days, and this also has to be in consideration. I respect your opinions, but it's not relevant for us.
Ara sí, última pregunta.
Bon dia, Juli Claramunt en directe pel Twitch de Gigantes Futbol Club. La meva pregunta és pel Sergi.
My question is for Sergi.
I Álvaro Navarro entrenar. La teva intenció és...
Your intention is to
podríem veure demà.
Debut some players from the B team?
Torno a repetir i a reiterar-me.
I have to repeat and I reiterate again.
És cert que
it's true that they maybe have possibility.
Hi ha molts problemes de lesions.
There are a lot of injury problems. We need to try to balance the team out, given the absences that we have. So these two players, they can perhaps give us something, give the team something, and we'll see. So we will see tomorrow what decision I make and if they're right or not.
Bon dia.